Good evening, it's the first official day of summer, and we're starting today's crop tour in a field of P007 A90R soybeans near Dufresne. Despite slow early emergence, soybean stands seem to have recovered really well. And right now, in terms of protecting yield potential, the number of plants is much more important than how tall they are. One problem that we are starting to see showing up is iron deficiency chlorosis, especially on lighter ground where these particular samples are from. This yellowing will disappear over time as the roots grow bigger and the iron becomes more available. So it's not something that we really need to worry about right now. Next, we'll take a look at corn stand establishment. With dry soil conditions and the risk of frost persisting throughout May, it's no secret that many corn growers have struggled to establish consistent stands this year. Later planted fields that went into warmer soil conditions are generally more consistent. However, it's still not uncommon for us to find 3 weeks or more difference in emergence in plants on a single field. These late emerging plants are going to contribute less to yield. However, in terms of the stands as a whole, we're still 80% or better of the yield potential remaining throughout the area. I've gone out and collected representative samples of P7527 Acre Max that was planted around the same date in fields out by Kleefeld, Gironde, St. Adolphe, as well as Dufresne. This just goes to show how those lighter soils that warm up quicker are going to establish a more vigorous stand, which we can definitely see at this point in the season, even though all of these plants are between the V4 and the V5 stage. Right now in Steinbach, we've accumulated about 410 growing degree units so far this season, and this is only about a day behind what we normally see. However, for comparison, in 2018 on this date, we were already 218 growing degree units ahead of schedule. So even if our stands don't look as impressive as they did last year, we shouldn't worry. There's still a lot of summer left to make up the difference. As with soybeans, what's critical now is that we protect what we have, and this means good weed management strategy throughout the rest of the critical weed-free period. Another thing to consider would be using a micronutrient foliar fertilizer in our next pass of glyphosate. To tell us a little bit more about this, we have Chris Trabacher from NutriAg.
Cool conditions this season have left us with struggling crops that are having trouble accessing phosphorus, manganese, and zinc from the soil. You can correct this problem by adding Manitoba Max Plus to your next herbicide spray tank at 1 liter per acre. The orthophosphate and packed chelated micronutrients in this product are vital for getting your crop growing again. After a Manzapos application, you're going to notice less of a yellow flash, increased growth after a couple of weeks, and by the end of the season, increased yield. Once again, I'm Chris from NutriAg. Thanks for having me on today.
While later maturing crops have been struggling with prolonged spring weather, many cereal and canola crops have been thriving over the last 2 weeks. All of the P501L went out treated with Lumiderm this year, and this combined with great genetics for early vigor means that the Pioneer Liberty canola fields that we have, like this one near Landmark, Manitoba, are off to a fantastic start. One apiarist I spoke to this week said that they were busy moving bees west of the Red River, where the canola was just about ready to bolt, and we're not that far behind. With below average rainfall, this field, like most of the region, could use another drink of rain. And I, for one, have planned to go camping for one night this weekend, so we're pretty much guaranteed to have a rain. Thanks again for watching, and enjoy your weekends.